Rest in peace, Anne Burrell. She was one of my favorite cooks on the Cooking Network. I've never really watched the Cooking Network before. I only watch the worst cooks, no, worst cooks of America or America Worst Cooks, whatever that show was called. I remember I watched that show back in the day on Hulu, back when Hulu used to be free. Yes, Hulu used to be free before Netflix went and messed everything up, got greedy for some money. But, that's another story. But, anyways, yeah, I used to watch that show. I used to love seeing her on there. Ah, the chef who always wore a skirt and had spiky hair. And, like, I remember when watching that show. One of the things, she always had like this nice upbeat personality, but she will always get on to her contestants if they did not cut their food properly. She was notorious for wanting people to have perfect knife cuts and everything. And if you put your finger on kind of like, okay, where you hold the handle and then you take your pointer finger and you kind of press it down where like the blade starts at, she would get mad and she would take like a little marker and mark on your finger and tell you not to do it no more. So whenever I cut stuff and my fingers there, I'm always reminded of her. Ah, it's so sad that she died. I think she died at the age of 55. She's been with like what is that? Cooking Network for so many years. She did 27 seasons of like America's Worst Cooks and everything. But for the last season, which is still going on, the show, in its 28th season that came out just this year in January, she wasn't there for some bizarre reason. She's been there since season one. I read it might not have been her choice to lead, but more of a network kind of thing, which is really crappy. Now, she's had her own cooking show back in the day, one that lasted for like one season and another one that lasted for multiple seasons. She's owned her own restaurant for about 8 years before it closed down, before the pandemic ever started. She's part of the LGBT community, having a girlfriend back in the day, but then later marrying a man who is now a widow and everything. He's the one who found her body unconscious on the shower floor. And sadly, it has been reported by TMZ that they found tons of unknown pills by her body. Right now, it's still under investigation. They're trying to figure out what happened. Lord, pills, man. Like people gotta stop taking these drugs and stuff. So if it was by her own doing, sadly, she must have been like depressed or like something. Like who knows? Because recently I've noticed she's only been doing like guest appearances on other shows and stuff like that. Either way, it was so sad. Like she was always one of my favorites. Because I don't have cable no more. I never watched the Cooking Network even when I did have cable. But like I used to watch this on Hulu. And really the only cooking shows I ever watch is like Hell's Kitchen on Fox and like anything on what's that thing called? Is it called PBS Creates? I think it's called, with those cooking shows. I like those and stuff. Those are pretty cool. But it's just so sad that another good person has left this world and way too young and stuff.